Good morning, everyone. So today is one of those bittersweet days because today is the last day before processing. So normally we do a 24-hour fast on these guys and just move them frequently, give them tons of water, and it clears everything out. But we have a little bit of food left, so what we're going to do is give them a little bit of food that's left to finish that off and pretty much let them fast the rest of the day until tomorrow when everything happens. They are certainly hungry little beasts. But the reason why we move them so frequently the last day is that way anything on them, like this one right there, pretty dirty looking. So we're going to move them quite frequently, and that way they can kind of clean them off and then fill the water up with nice fresh water. So that way they can get everything cleaned out in the crop and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to weigh down one side with the cinder block, so that way they all stay inside of it. So yeah, last night we had quite a frost happen. But what's going to be nice is tomorrow and pretty much until Wednesday, it's going to be in the 70s. So it's perfect. We were expecting to be processing chickens in 30 to 40 degree weather with our hands freezing cold. We've done this once before during some really cold weather, and it's not fun. And that's how I got a scar on my hand because of this. You get sloppy when your hands get cold, and you don't have the reaction time that you would think, but I'll go over that in a different video. So we're going to fill these guys with water. Tomorrow's processing day, like I said, so we're processing them. There's 27 of them. We're hoping for an average weight of about 6 pounds. We haven't measured any of these guys. We're going to kind of leave it as a surprise to us. But on average, I mean, like I said, our last batch, we were saying 8 to 9 pound birds. So we definitely can't beat that. And with 27 of them, hoping to fill the freezer. And then we're also going to quarter some of the birds so we can take the breasts and legs and all that. So we're not putting the entire carcass in the freezer. because that eats up a lot of space that we just don't have. We have 2 freezers right now, but to try to cram 27 birds of that size into there, it's just not going to happen. So we're hoping by quartering them and taking the breasts and all that kind of stuff that it'll be a little bit easier for a space. But I'm just excited to use a chicken plucker because, like I said, it's quoting to defeather birds within 15 to 20 seconds. You can do 2 of them, so that'd be amazing to get that much done. Plus, what'll be nice about all of this nice warm weather and a couple of days off from work is that I can get some stuff moved. Good morning, ladies. See how the barred rock. Oh, she's looking better. She's getting there. She was going through a real rough molt for anyone that didn't see the last couple of videos. And now she's finally starting to come around to get some better feathers. But all these other guys are looking pretty decent for molting. But like I said, gotta do one final mowing here, pick up all the hay and the straw that's in here, and that way it can kind of go into it. But I need to pick up all the rocks. These guys are very good at finding rocks in the yard. So yeah, just give you an idea how warm it stays in the chicken tractor. You can literally see the steam coming off of it. So I'm really not too concerned about the heat in there or keeping warm in there. And then today I've got to get some of, I was watching another YouTube video and reminding me I need to get more lime for these guys for like the stall refresh. There's one that's good for chickens, and it just kind of helps keep the smell down. I'm going to probably put it through most of this area so that way I can kind of dry things up, get things ready to go. Because when it does get real damp and all stuff like that, some of the spots smell a little bit, so that's why I'm going to mow, throw that stuff down, kind of stir some things up and get things going. But the thing I like about having them in a yard like this is that before, when we had them kind of confined to a coop area, they really pack that stuff down. With this, at least they're kind of digging things up and not so much making layers and layers of bedding and dirt and all that kind of stuff, which is great, yeah, for the winter, but then for the spring, when you have to dig it all up, it becomes a pain. So this year, like I said, giving them this giant yard, it allows for them to kind of not be on things so much and allow things to kind of breathe. Alright, so we're also going to leave the light off for today because it's going to be so warm out right now. Right now it's like 54 degrees, which is crazy. So I mean, I'm surprised this frost is still here. So it's probably just because it's in the shade and not in the sunny areas. But I know there's a lot of people kind of asking if they can do the meat birds this late. I would say yes if they're this old. No if they're babies, unless you want to keep them in the basement. Our next batch I think is coming for early spring. So that'll be our next batch. We'll be doing 25 at a time. This year we've done almost 60 meat birds on this property. That's probably, by the time you count like dog pens, all that kind of stuff, we have doing on the spot half an acre. So it is doable. For anyone that wants to do it on a smaller property, you definitely can. It's a little bit more challenging. There's definitely things to it that are a challenge, but if you need to do it and you want to do it, then there's definitely ways to do it. And some of these chickens, I mean, they're just definitely at the 8 weeks, it's time to do it, because the way they waddle, it's just not good for their feet eventually. they start having leg issues. And then I know a couple people were asking how we do the feeding regimens, and we give them a break at night, and we only feed them basically during the day. So 12 hours on, 12 hours off. And this way they don't grow too fast and create leg issues, and allows them really kind of just process the food. But next year or next season we do this, we're going to try doing the wetted food method, the fermenting, all that kind of stuff that people are doing. I just want to try different methods to see if the food bill can be saved on. And then I'm also more curious on producing my own food, or how that would go about. So there's more research I have to do about that. So if anyone has good resources on that, please post it down below so I can read on them, or even videos I can watch on them. So I'd love to get to a point where I don't have to buy so much food and can more free range them, which would be kind of nice. So like I said, today's these guys' last day. Tomorrow is processing day. So we go from there. And that's on the new projects for the year until the next batch of meat birds comes. And if anyone's curious, we do order these from Cackle Hatchery. This is, I think, our 5th batch of chickens that we've ordered from them, and we've always had phenomenal luck. They always send us extra. We're always very healthy. We've never had any even come in dead. So I'm definitely excited about that. So we found a good company and good area to get them from. They always come really quick. They always come when they say they should. This year we actually got 2 extra Easter eggers, so I can't complain about that. But that is it for this morning and for today's video. So I hope you all have a wonderful day, and get everything done that you need done. And for any of you getting the nice weather right now, take advantage of it, because next the snow comes. Have a nice day, guys.